हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। सो आज हम लोग करने वाले हैं मॉक टेस्ट एक बार फिर से, और अगेन टुडे विल बी डूइंग इंग्लिश मॉक टेस्ट। सो एक सेक्शनल मॉक टेस्ट होगा ओनली इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज के लिए। और आज the app which I am using for giving this mock is Olive Boot. So this is the first time ever I am using this app for giving mock test. Let's see how it goes. तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। अभी एक ही अनलॉक्ड है, दिस वन इज SBI PO Prelims 1। और ये स्टार्ट करते हैं। लेट्स स्टार्ट दिस टेस्ट। ओके, सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज आई थिंक क्लोज टेस्ट है। क्लोज टेस्ट तो ऑलवेज इजी होता है। ऑलमोस्ट a year has dashed since China has re-emerged. Okay, a year has passed. Easy. Which of the following word can replace the blank? Okay, B. Isolation and reopen its door to the world. One of the many reasons leading to this hasty turnaround in policy was rumored to be the state of the Chinese economy, which had suffered from the pandemic dash imposed upon the country. Pandemic restrictions. Easy. Once hailed as the epitome of a successful growth miracle, the Chinese economy at first managed to bounce back from the pandemic, but since then has seen slowing growth prospects. But recently, Chinese officials have seemed very intent on dash bad press about its economy, instead emphasizing that the Chinese economy remains a viable place to come for foreign business and visitors alike. Okay, has been very intent on dash bad press on. Is it negating? I think negating होना चाहिए. D. Bad press emphasizing Chinese economy. This year's epic summit held in San Francisco was the cause of media furor as the Chinese president came to participate and meet with the American dash amid a worsening geopolitical climate. Okay. Counterparty होगा. E. Surprisingly, the Chinese president made one specific dash for his visit to the United States. One specific, I think, demand. This was easy. Okay, next section of question है. Select the most appropriate option to substitute. Okay, substitution वाला question है. Let's see. She embodied the essence of an everyday entrepreneur, showcasing the behavior who is covering beyond. Showcasing qualities that extend beyond. Okay. Pockets of overt dissidence has been growing even before their younger brother. Pockets of overt dissidence, I think, had been growing hoga. When the next generation of stars form, they sweep up the leftovers. When we spoke on the phone, he was spacing the terrace. In the question, sentence divided into 5 parts. ABC, one of the parts is incorrect or has an error in it. Okay. Error ढूंढना है ना. The hotel offered a special discount since 2 days only. For 2 days होगा. Easy. These books होना चाहिए ना. या तो this book लिखो या these books लिखो. ये में ही error है. After the announcement, much people hurried. Okay, much people होगा नहीं, countable noun है ना. People यहाँ many होना चाहिए. तो भी the city unveiled its. Okay, यहाँ पे its जो है it is वाला नहीं होना चाहिए, बल्कि वो पॉजिटिव प्रोनाउन वाला होना चाहिए, ITS वाला होना चाहिए, पॉजिटिव एडजेक्टिव वाला. तो यहाँ पे B होगा. इट्स ग्रांड जॉब. इसमें क्या करता है, द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चन सेंटेंस इज गिवन। ओके, यहाँ पे वो करता है, इंटरचेंज करना है ना, द एक्सट्रीमली robust growth of the industry, extremely robust करें या rapid करें? This is very good question. Microfinance coupled with, okay, I got it. Rapid करना है इसको, A को D के साथ करना है और देखते हैं. Extremely rapid growth of the industry has to be seen in the broader context of the robust core demand for microfinance coupled with positive policy assistance. Okay, only what A and D. Though Woodstock had bankrupted its promoter, okay, had compensated its promoter, had okay, this one is a bit tricky. इसको बाद में करते हैं. While the RBI expects the rural economy to turn in a robust recovery on the back of a strong showing by agriculture, a deterioration in consumer demand, a deterioration in consumer sentiment. The central bank survey undermines the prospects for a more broader-based revival in domestic demand. Okay. B and D. इसमें क्या करना है? In the question below sentence is part okay, para jumble है. Let's see. In 19 United States, A से start लग रहा है. A से start होना चाहिए. 19th century Britain, Western Europe and the United States. In 19th century Britain, Western Europe and the United led to widespread public what? It's not betting. D. The easy availability of okay. D से start करते हैं. The easy availability of deadly poisons. In the 19th century Britain, Western Europe and the United States led to the widespread anxiety about the prevalence of murder by poison. Okay, this was easy. ये होगा. Parent says D से start करें. When the Pew Research Center recently reported that the proportion of 18 to 29-year-old Americans who live with their parents has increased during the COVID-19 pandemic, perhaps you saw some of the breathless headlines hyping how it's higher than at any time since the Great Depression. It should be this. One that acknowledges one's own limitation does not need to yes, doesn't need to constantly resort to a quiet ego. Oh no. Okay, now let's start with D. A quiet ego. A quiet ego is an indication of healthy self-esteem. One that acknowledges one's own limitation. D. Doesn't need to constantly resort to defensiveness whether the ego is threatened and yet has self-worth and competence. I think this should be the answer. ये पैरा जम्बल बहुत ट्रिकी होता है यार. We also know, according to extensive studies that happier employees are healthier, EC, love their absenteeism rate or have lower absenteeism rate, are highly driven to BD, achieve a better relationship with and less likely to ED. In the given question, a word has been given and there are three ways in which the word has been used in similar or different forms. Each of the sentences is correctly used highlighted work. Okay. It is not right to consider people from marginalized sectors. Okay, this one is correct. The children were advised to come right. No, 2 is wrong. Everyone has a right. Okay, 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Cross. See, cross the bridge carefully. Yes, artist drew a beautiful cross at the center of the canvas. Maybe. Beautiful cross. His cross expression suggested he was pleased with the situation. No, only 1 and 2. Okay, here comes the devil passage. The right to, but ये छोटा है. आपने ये realize किया कि earlier when I was giving the mock test from Guidely, वो काफ़ी comprehensive पैसेज देते हैं और उनका जो मॉक रहता है ना वो रिलेटिवली हार्ड होता है ऑन द हार्डर साइड. ये काफ़ी इजी लग रहा है मेरे को. आई डोंट नो व्हाई, बट इट्स ऑल अबाउट रेलेवेंस. इज इट एग्जाम रेलेवेंट और आई थिंक दिस इज मोर एग्जाम रेलेवेंट देन गाइडली. गाइडली काफ़ी हार्ड क्वेश्चन सेट करते हैं. The right to free and compulsory education guarantees elementary school education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. By 2018, the percentage of 6 to 14 years out of school child had come down to 2.8%. The government also launched the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan in 2009 to enhance access to secondary education. However, the transition rate to secondary school was slower to change. Between 10 and 18, the proportion of 15 to 16 years olds currently not enrolled in school fell from 16.1% to 13.1% in March 2020. Schools in India and the rest of the world closed down due to COVID-19. India had one of the longest durations of school closures, with schools, especially primary schools, remaining closed for almost 2 years. Apart from fears of learning loss associated with such long school closures, there was also the apprehension that with the loss of livelihood, older children would drop out of school. However, enrollment data from the COVID years belied such fears. ASER 2020-21 showed a minor increase in out-of-school numbers, but that was primarily for the younger age group of 6 to 10 years, most likely driven by delay in recording enrollment. Even more heartening was the secular decline in the out-of-school proportion of 15-16 years old, which stood at 7.5% in 2022. The fact that more and more children are completing grade 8 and transitioning to secondary school bodes well for the quality of India's labor force. However, the demographic dividend can only be exploited if the labor force has the requisite skills to participate productively in the economy's growth process. The economy and the world are very different now. The World Development Report talks about the emerging digital dividend from the rapid expansion of digital technology. It states that if we can bridge the digital divide, the impact of digital technology on development can be much greater. The other big change we saw during the COVID years was the penetration of smartphones in rural India. The proportion of rural households with a smartphone almost doubled during the pandemic during 2020-21, with the economy and the education system transitioning to a virtual mode. Having access to a digital device almost became a necessity. Okay, तो यहाँ पे होता है हमारा passage खत्म. Now the question begins. देखते हैं what positive change is highlighted in the passage concerning the pandemic era. There was a steep reduction in number of cell phone no, widespread reversion of traditional no, unfortunately the emergence of no, there was a decrease in the use of no, rural household a significant increase here. What does the passage suggest is essential to harness the demographic dividend? There should be a prolonged school courses to inculcate dedication. Nope, we are completely nope. A child, nope. The workforce should possess necessary skills. Yeah. During the COVID-19 pandemic, what was the concern regarding older children in schools in India? It was expected that enrollment could increase. Nope. There was a significant in recording. Yes. But there were concerns that older might discontinue their education. Yep. Which among the following statements were correctly describe the right education? And it guarantees secondary education? No. It ensures primary education? Yes. Which of the following statements do not accurately quote? Only 2.5% of schools belonging to 6 to 14 were not in school by the year 2018. There was a decline in the number of schools enrolled in school during the year 2010-11. This is wrong. Do not accurately, okay, an increase in dropout number of schools. Yeah. I think all are wrong, right? Because 2.5% तो नहीं था कहीं भी, 2.8% था ना. So यहाँ पे पूछ क्या रहा है? Do not accurately, so all of them. Oh, do not accurately, so one is not accurate. There was a decline in number of children enrolled school during year 2010 to 18. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Transition secondary was slow between इतना the proportion fell. So it fell, no? So 2 is also wrong, 1 is also wrong. The document depicted increase in dropout number at school. Yes. So 1 and 2. From the following, identify the incorrect statement in the World Development Report, the need to narrow the gap in digital. Yes. Shutdown of school was not implemented in India as a consequence of wrong. In the year 2000, the government started digital inclusion campaign to promote digitization. Okay, so 2 is wrong. I don't remember anything else. The world emerging digital rapid expansion where we can bridge the digital divide. So the world development is the need to narrow the gap in digital access. Yes. और क्या है? 29. Which of the following option is the correctly antonym? Requisite means that which is required. इसका antonym क्या होगा? Inherent, that's superfluous. Apprehension means किसी चीज का डर. तो इसका इंटरचेंज क्या कर सकते हैं? सेरेनिटी, डिसल्ट्री, लैमेंटेशन, परवेसिव, मिसगिविंग कर सकते हैं. अच्छा, ये वो है क्या? ऑलमोस्ट a year has passed. दो छूटा है. ये दोनों भी कर लें. दो Woodstock had bankrupt its promoters. Promoters nearly had bankrupt. Nearly their ownership of the film and recording rights more than compensated for the losses after the release of the hit in OK. D and E and AB. क्या इसको पूरा पढ़ना पड़ेगा कि इसको छोड़ दें? Shutdown of school was not implemented. Incorrect. So 2 is incorrect. That much I know. In the year 2009, where is the year 2009 mentioned in the passage? Let me check. 2009 has not been mentioned in the whole. Yes, the guaranteed elementary school. Only once it has been. Okay. And in 2009, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan was launched, no? So it is telling the government to start at a digital, no? 2 and 3 is wrong. 1 is correct. This should be the answer. And save and next. Okay. Next section. ये करना नहीं है अपने को. Next section. आज सिर्फ इंग्लिश ही करेंगे. And submit. 30 attempted. Oh, overall it's good. We attempted 30 and एक गलत हो गया. Overall it's good. Let's see कौन सा गलत हुआ. Can we see? $21 गलत हो गया. I don't know why. Okay, 21. I both 1 and 3 नहीं, 1, 2 and 3. Come right home after school. हो सकता है. So this was the test. इट वेंट वेल। फिर से मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट के लिए। टिल देन टेक केयर।